Just who?
This guy just walked out the back. I don't even know where they're at. Hey.
When the people in the city of Carbondale put their heads together, they can really come up with some shit. So today, they forcibly removed us from our home without the court system.
This way. Drop your shit. Come here.
Home Rentals lost the house in foreclosure, and then they give us a notice that they're not going to renew the lease. Well, then when they show up after the notice, they see that there's still tenants there. We haven't found new housing yet, so then they have to file in the court system to evict us. Instead of that, they showed up with the city cops, not the sheriff, and forcibly removed us under threat of arrest without due process. No rights afforded to us by federal law, state law. They're stripped of us because we're less than Americans here.
Want to meet John Lenzini?
Hey, what's up? I'm about to get out. I'm just talking to him.
You live over here?
Yeah.
Landlord's taking possession this morning. You got all your stuff out?
The landlord or the bank or...
Well, the bank and the property manager, yeah.
Okay, you know, John, I know we've been through this before. You know that you can't take possession of a house
I
without
got
a
the
court
city
order.
attorney right there.
Hold on. Let me step out and I'll talk to you guys.
Yeah, city attorney's right there.
How you doing?
Come here. We're talking to you. Come here. Brian's not out. You're not free. You are not free to fucking leave.
Don't touch me. I'm not trying to leave, you fucking
You're not
asshole.
free to leave. You're not free to leave. Okay. Sit down.
I'm sorry, what? Is there going to be a possession of the property without a court order from the county?
Well, so my understanding is that the lawful resident of the property is up.
What's your last name?
You're the lawful resident of the
I am a
property.
lawful resident also.
H-E-S-T-E-R? What's your name of birth?
Bona fide tenant there. I've been there for a year and a half. The other tenant. I'm a bona fide tenant here.
Do you have an agreement with that individual?
I do, yes. And I've paid rent. It's an oral agreement. It's with Derek. I've lived here for a year and a half. I've been here more than 30 days. I've paid rent to Derek. So that's all that matters.
No, because there's two other parts of that particular part that would matter. So if it's an oral agreement, it can't exist longer than a year. The other thing that would be important too is that if
I'm a month to month.
but again, like that would still be can't go longer than a year.
GS, first of winter. Middle is a chain. 2011. Just chill with it, okay?
And then the second part would be my understanding from the management company is that they have provided a notice to remove from the premises for all other occupants. Yes. Point that there is not a valid lease from that particular point, they have a 30-day notice from that particular point to repossess the property from the lawful tenant.
Okay.
And so at that particular point, that would subsume any other rights of anybody.
It
Because
would subsume the rights of me.
would be what is considered a
Holdover tenant.
no.
I'm not a holdover tenant.
No.
Okay. Okay. With the Jackson County court system about the landlord tenant issue. Only the sheriff's department can remove anybody in the state of Illinois from a property with a court order. Right now.
Nobody's supposed to be here. Nobody's supposed to be inside here.
Well, so we live here. So until the Jackson County court system, that nobody can be removed. Not a bank can't remove anybody, a city police officer can't remove anybody, an attorney, nobody can except for a sheriff's department after a court order by a judge.
305-47.
You can remove me except for the sheriff's department after I've been legally evicted from the property. Now, I'm a bona fide tenant. I've lived here a year and a half.
He understands what you're saying. letting him explain to you his side real
I
quick.
thought I've already explained. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you
Support a police.
have your attorney, if you want to call them right now, if you're presently you have presently engaged with the attorney, I'm happy to discuss with them the situation that's occurring here.
Okay. I understand. I had an agreement with the bank lady yesterday when she came here that today, we made this agreement yesterday, that today I was going to be looking for housing as I was moving the rest of my items, okay? And then at that point we would reconvene at the end of the day and then discuss. That was what our agreement was yesterday with her and I. And so now it's just now available for me to do that because you guys are all here. And so my question, whether you spoke with the bank lady, the lady at the bank, Brian, and they came here yesterday, came to the house when I came home. I just played with her. Okay. And then so we made an agreement. The lady from the bank because someone else doesn't own the property anymore.
No, but they're being managed by Five Star Realty, who's contacted us today that they were having difficulties with possession of the property.
Okay, they told me that they were associated with the bank that repossessed the property, and that's how they identify themselves. I asked them which bank.
They are, that's correct.
Five Star Realty is the bank.
Well, it's actually top tier management. I'm not sure.
Oh, I
who's ours
apologize.
who, but this is top tier management.
Okay, so that's the gentleman I spoke to, real muscly guy, and his wife, and they were here yesterday, and so we made that agreement yesterday with them. This city, and
Did they have the authority to bind and to get a written contract?
Yeah. They're the bank, right?
Well, but what did they did? So here's the thing.
They're the ones in charge, right?
Well,
Right there.
yeah. So I mean, the person who we know to have authority to act is standing right over there. Right over there, and we talked with her yesterday about that. So what I'm saying is, the people
Who's
yeah, I don't actually know her name. I'm here because of
Yeah,
on behalf
I think
of.
that's what I spoke to yesterday. That's what I spoke
Okay, and so you're saying that you have.
Yeah, ask her. Come on, she'll tell you. I'm not going to set lie to you. I mean, that's the agreement we made yesterday.
You're saying you're not even on the lease here.
Okay, so that's a civil issue with Jackson County Court. I've been attending all day. Which is what I'm standing to do right now. It's just first thing in the morning.
Secure the house, so I'm out front, you just go in and get your stuff out. You got time to get your stuff out. You know this is coming. I know the backyard's full of
I
campers.
just
The
found
whole
this out
neighborhood's
yesterday.
complaining
I
about
just
it.
found this out yesterday. You know, just yesterday I heard about this. So
But the tenant, who supposes your buddy, said you have a contract with, has known about it for a long time. He's already gone, isn't he?
yeah, he didn't tell me. I found out when he was moving out yesterday.
They're trying to circumvent my due process by getting the city cops involved. So call Jackson County.
And so, you know, that's just, that was my notice.
Dude's moving his stuff out, and you weren't clued in that you know something's going on here, Brian. And you're not dumb, Brian.
You don't know the whole
this.
story. I
You
just
know?
got back. You know, and so when I come back, and this is what I run into, and so you know,
Well, let's just go ahead and start getting your stuff out.
we're waiting on him, right? Isn't that what we're doing, John? I mean,
I don't go that way.
Can you give me a second here? This is everything I have in my whole life right now. Okay, is that funny to you? I mean,
I've heard this so many times.
Let's go ahead and really go. So she said that's not what she recalls a situation where you were to have left yesterday, but she was giving you until today, this morning, which is why she had contacted us.
to find housing.
No, to be gone from the premises because today, this morning, she and her husband are here to board up the house. This morning. This morning. That's why we are all here. So
That's what she. That's
so
the
let's go ahead and go through the next part. So
Okay.
because it's my understanding that they have properly given notice, and so here's how that goes.
So no eviction after that.
Well, there's not. Again, they have lawful authority to enter the premises. So let me
no
hold on.
eviction
I'm going to
necessary.
explain. I'm
Okay.
going to explain your rights in this particular situation.
Okay.
If they provided lawful notice, they have authority to enter. You are going to fight that particular part. Your lawsuit would be against top tier management. At this particular point, it is our understanding that they have possession to go inside of that house, which means she's going to invite that officer to come in there with her to secure the property. At this particular point, you're claiming possession of that particular property, even though you have no right to.
I don't have a right to claim possession of that property.
No, but hold on. Here, this is where it's going to
Okay.
get interesting from that particular part.
Okay.
She goes. moves in there, if you're saying that everything inside there is yours,
No,
and you're a tenant of
didn't
that,
say that.
well, you just said that you're a tenant of that
I'm a
particular
tenant of
property.
that house in one
and so
room.
what I'm saying is, when she goes into that particular property with that officer, anything found inside that house would theoretically be considered your possession.
I'm saying I
You're
have
saying you
one
have
room.
knowledge of every single thing inside there.
Who
That's
said that?
You are saying that you have authority to be inside that house. I'm telling
You're
you,
saying
you
I
don't. You don't.
Okay, so now all of a sudden you want me to take everybody who lives there's responsibility?
I'm saying from a criminal perspective, you will be found liable, constructive possession for everything inside.
So do I have legal rights to that property?
No.
Okay. So how can I have legal?
You could have possession of items inside of that property because you're saying that you're residing there. And you would say that because I would.
Yeah, I reside there. Of
Sure.
course I reside there.
So you don't have a lawful.
But I don't have lawful rights to
You
it.
don't have a lawful right to. Yeah. So there's two different sides of the law. So like for instance.
So what about the other people who live there?
Well, they have effectively abandoned the property. So
No, one
there's
person.
a couple girls just walked away. What he's trying to tell you is, Brian,
So
you'll be
there's
jointly and
some
severally
sort of
liable for every single
illegal
thing inside of there.
substances, you know,
when that officer
guns,
goes inside there to help
drugs,
them
whatever.
secure.
That's not the case.
Okay, then those things could be tied to anybody that has a relationship with that house. Okay, so what we're trying to tell you is, why don't you guys just get your things, peaceably move out of here? We won't touch it. We won't look. We won't say anything to you.
That's not the problem.
Get the neighborhood cleaned up. We're going to demolish this house. Okay, and everything will be
decided.
hunky dory.
You already decided to demolish it. You already decided to demolish it.
She got the paperwork I just gave her. I got a grant from the state to demolish houses, and that house needs to go. It's junky. Home Rental's out of business, so boom, we're going to clean up the neighborhood. I also got. Did you see the one down Oak? I
There's a
tore up.
tenant, by the way.
I got a
Primary
couple
tenant.
up there. I tore up.
That's the primary tenant here. So
Derek,
that's Derek. Yeah.
I thought he left.
It was our understanding that he had left. He has turned off water and everything else.
No, it's all. I got the power switched over to my name, but okay. So
Okay, so now Brian and Casey, agents of the bank, are pulling a trailer in to the property that we're in possession of, and again they're forcing us from our property today without a court order, again aided by the police, which is depriving us of our rights under the color of law. I don't know if you know what it feels like to be bullied. This is what it looks like. Yesterday, two people identifying themselves as bank agents, turns out to be the new realty company, shows up, goes into the house, and then asks me what I'm doing here. Well, it's my house. I've lived here for a year. Pay rent. Not anymore, you don't, they say. This used to be where we lived. So the Carbondale City Attorney and Mr. Lanzini forcibly removed us with no judge. Displacing not just us, but everything we own. This is my house. And technically, I'm trespassing right now. Everything in this place I own is boarded up. I've seen this before. Usually people lose in eviction court. Not us. No court at all. That's good. We were just walking by and saw you guys all over here. Hey, how you doing?
Do you live here, man?
Do I or did I?
Do you live here?
Well, it depends on whose opinion it is. If it's the police's opinion, it's no. If it's the court's opinion, then it's yes. So I just kind of stay away till they decide.
Okay.
You know?
So, where are you living at right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question. That's what I'm saying. Because
Do you have anything to do with this property? Because this is a vacant property.
Yeah, before
the
that.
bank owns this property right now.
I'm sorry?
The bank owns this property right now. It's in court.
Well, no, the bank owns most of the properties in town if you make a house payment.
Okay,
But
so
there's
the bank owns it right now. So nobody should be in here putting up signs. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So here's my question. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you know that the CPD and John Lenzini came here to the house and they vacated it without a court order.
Okay.
Did you know that?
That's not.
Well, I'm asking if you are you aware?
I'm here to put the signs down. If you're staying on this property, you don't anymore because you're gonna get trespassed.
From this property?
Yes.
Oh.
I have to feed my cat.
Yeah.
Is your cat living there?
Yeah, they locked. They screwed the animals on the inside.
Okay. If there's animals on the inside, get them out. Get all your property out. Nobody should be here.
Okay, so I can remove property now.
Yes. Get all the stuff that's yours out of this property.
Okay.
What do you have?
They told me don't re-enter the property until you go to court.
Are you in court for this property right now?
Well, it gets filed on Monday or it's Tuesday because of the holiday. But you're not allowed to just come here and tell people to leave. It's a court that has to do that. It's the sheriff that evicts people. And then the next day, CPD comes back on somebody else's business and says, "Well, now you guys got to get out without a court order." And so that's why that's been reported to the Jackson County Court. And that's
you
why
guys currently don't stay here. You're just in discussion.
We've lived here for a year and a half, and we were unlawfully evicted by CPD and John Lenzini without a court order, just within a 30-minute time span.
Okay.
And so the supervisor that was here, he said, "Listen, you don't have to leave until there's a court order, Brian." Then the next day, LaDove comes back with John Lenzini, and they boarded up the place without a court order.
Okay.
And so instead of violating law and trespassing and trying to do all that, I'm just going to wait and do it the right way, which is go to the court, file an injunction for relief, and then ask for a regaining of the property. Well, in the meantime, there's been cops circling around talking about, if anybody's here, we're going to arrest them. But this is my property. I live here. I'm in possession of that property. I have for a year and a half. And so this is a civil matter, not criminal.
We're still trying to find more information on it.
On what?
This house in general.
I got it all. I mean, I'm the one that would know.
I gotcha.
So if you need information, ask.
I gotcha. We're still trying to figure out from everyone else. What is your name, first off?
Okay, so I'm the resident here. My name is Brian. She's a resident here. This is Molly. And then there's Derek and Billy.
Can I get both your information? Just say I spoke with you about this.
Okay.
We're going to get more.
Okay,
more
if they know who I am, you know who I am. Everybody knows who I am, okay?
Who are you?
My name's Brian, okay?
Brian, last name?
Come on, man. It's Brian Adams.
He's young. He's new.
Okay, you're new. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you, because I know that you're new. I've never seen you before. You never dealt with me, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal.
I've heard things about you, man. I just need your name.
Okay, well, you know if you've heard things about me. So here's what I'm telling you. I've lived here for a year and a half, and I'm being persecuted right now, okay, by CPD who are violating the law. Okay. I'm not saying you, just you kind of fit the description, you know? And so what I'm saying is you can't unlawfully remove people from their property. What if you came home, what's your name?
Officer Engel.
Officer Engel. What if you came home and somebody said, "Time for you to go, Officer Engel"?
Hey, I didn't say you needed to go yet. I'm still figuring out more information from this whole case.
Okay, but I thought you said that nobody's supposed to be on the property.
As of now, they told us that it is a vacant property. So I didn't know that
vacant?
you're
As
in court over
2 days
this.
ago. Well, no.
So we're getting more information
This
on
is
this.
2 days ago this happened. This just happened. So it's all over the weekend, so you can't go to court till Tuesday.
Okay, sounds good.
You guys have been here and talked to me multiple times over the last year and a half. And so everybody knows who I am and that I live here. And so there's been no court order for eviction. And so if I walk onto the property and you arrest me, then that's violent deprivation of my rights under the color of law.
Okay, sounds good, man.
I mean, is that
you
true?
just want to wait here for now. I'll be right back with you.
Well, I'm not waiting anywhere. I'm going to go empty my stuff out of the house, right?
Just wait here for now.
Okay. Can I go empty my stuff? Can I get my stuff now? Because I was told not to. Is that okay? I'm sorry? Everything here. You're not allowed to put signs in the yard.
Put it back up if we leave.
So no.
If we figure out you're allowed to be here. All right, we're putting them down for now.
Okay. So no more like vote for none of that.
You can do whatever you want. If you're okay to be on the property.
I'm just
I'm not on the
yeah,
property.
really.
And
That's all I'm saying. If you live here, you can put them up.
Okay.
We don't know who lives here yet. We don't know who's the resident here. We're determining that right now.
Okay. I'm the one they show up and write tickets to for open burn and all that shit. So
Really?
I'm glad we came over here because I'd like to get the answer to this also. Because this is a civil matter, right? So, no, I'm asking. Like landlord-tenant, is that what you guys deal with, landlord-tenant issues?
That's all civil matter.
Civil.
The only thing that would be a criminal matter would be the fact if you were trespassing or if you were banned, that's the only thing.
No ban, no trespass.
That's the only thing that would be criminal. Everything else is ultimately.
So can you guys evict people from housing, from the house?
The city does not evict you. No police department does evict you.
You guys evicted me day before yesterday from here. Boarded up the windows, the Dove did.
We may have assisted, but we are not the ones who do that.
Who? So it was the city, not the cops, right? John Lenzini works for the city.
So, yeah, he works for
No code enforcement violations even. Nothing. Isn't that strange to you? I mean, it sounds unusual, doesn't it?
Just as much as you right now, man.
Okay.
Still trying to figure out more.
So if you got any questions, I can answer them because I know all the information you need to figure out. So who told you guys to take signs down in the private property?
We're just putting them down for now.
I mean,
We'll put them back up as soon as they go down.
Of your own decision?
We're just putting them down for now. We'll put them right back up.
You'll put them up for me?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a dispatch call?
What?
It wasn't a call from dispatch telling you to put them down? No, it was your own decision to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All of you guys' decision? Okay.
Yeah, Brian. So, listen, I don't know what the situation is. Right? Again, kind of like you said, though, right? It is civil.
Yeah.
We don't enforce anything civil. Okay.
Oh. Is that just you guys or the whole department?
So we will assist if some type of service wants our assistance with something that's a civil matter. We can assist and we can be on standby.
Okay.
Right. But if this was an eviction, which it seems like from our history that we have in our computer system, it seems like they've been trying to serve you.
No, there's no court case.
Again, I'm not asking you questions.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
So your system says that there's been an attempted service from the sheriff?
Yeah.
So you guys connected to the sheriff's service?
So again, I haven't looked at it. I'm just going off what our dispatch says.
Dispatch
right?
said that they've been trying to serve me with an eviction. My rent's paid. My rent's paid through today, actually.
So again, if your rent's paid, if it's not, again, we don't have any part of that.
Can I tell you? Do you want some information? I'll tell you what it is. Okay, so what happens is Home Rentals Corporation, they got foreclosed on multiple houses at the same time, okay? Because they weren't paying their bills, so the bank takes them back, right? And so then the bank, they're not landlords, so they have to find somebody to manage those properties till they figure out what to do. So then 5 Star Realty takes over the management of those properties, right? So the way it works is they can't do that for 120 days if the tenant's still there at that point and they want them vacated to tear them down, which is what they're going to do. Then they have to file an eviction case and have them served and go through eviction court. Well, if they do that, it gets into the cold season. So they got to replace the furnace. They got to do all. So what they do is they skip those steps. They violate people's rights, and they just call you guys to say, hey, the cops are here right now. You got to go. They board up the windows, the city does, in order to do this clean up the city program, okay? What it does is it violates my rights as a tenant and as a person who lives in Illinois or the Constitution, and it's a federal violation of law.
Okay,
so I don't want to include you guys.
I'm not savvy on all these specific laws that you're mentioning.
I don't want to be.
Because they're not criminal laws as defined.
They're criminal.
Well, they're not criminal as in enforceable.
Yeah, he could be arrested for that. Yeah, that's trespassing. It's a violation of my Fourth Amendment right. And
again, what you're stating, none of what you just stated is a 720 ILCS compilation.
Gotcha.
Okay? The only things that we arrest for in the entire state of Illinois is it must be something that is written under 720 ILCS.
Okay,
or
so
625.
so I'll give you a 720. Okay, so there's something called an illegal lockout. Are you familiar with that? The ILCS says in the event of an illegal lockout of your home in which you haven't been to eviction court, you're to immediately call the local police and inform them there's been a lockout. If the landlord refuses to let you back in your legal property, he could be arrested as a criminal violation. That's in the 720. So can I report that to you? Are you going to do something about it, or does that one not count?
If this is a law that you're familiar with, you're more than welcome to pull it up for me. I can read it.
Okay.
Again, this is not something. If this is law, it is something that I don't have any knowledge of.
I don't want knowledge of that. Unfortunately, I have to do my own study.
Yeah, absolutely, right? I mean, nobody's going to look out for yourself but you, right?
So have you ever had an illegal lockout?
So no, because it's not a criminal matter that we deal with.
Okay. Okay.
When it comes to
so will you do me a favor?
It's
Not right now, but on your own time, will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Check into that, okay? Because an illegal lockout is a criminal matter. And not only are they fined civilly from the court system, but also in the event that there's an illegal lockout and they refuse to let the tenant in, that's a misdemeanor charge. And so that's a criminal charge. And so unfortunately the cops were here during that. And when I was telling LaDove
if we were here, it would have been just at the request to be on standby.
Right, to keep the peace.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what John Lenzini said is, Brian, you're going to do this, or Officer LaDove is going to search this place till he finds something wrong and arrest you for it. What is it? That's what he told me. So then it was kind of like, well,
again, if he said that, that's not something I have knowledge of.
I got it on video.
I can tell you firsthand as an officer, right? If somebody told me that, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to violate somebody's rights.
Right.
Again, that's my personal.
Well, your supervisor.
On me as an officer.
You're one of the supervisors when he reported the same exact day, or I think actually it was the day before, when he was here dealing with the same thing. He explained very clearly, like, this is a civil matter. Cops don't. Our department does not get involved in this. The very next day, your department's here with 4 cars, evicting me without a court order. And so,
like I said, if that happened, again, I don't have knowledge of it. That
Okay.
would have been something that I assume occurred during days, right?
So what do you do?
Entire different shift compared to anyone who's even out here. Oh, you can't?
No, I'm looking at the hole in the door.
Oh.
So I got property in there I'm trying not to lose, and I see that there's a hole in the door now.
And I understand. Obviously, this is right. So the thing with anything that typically tends to be civil is.
Hey, babe, come off the
they're
property. I don't
difficult,
want you getting in trouble.
And I mean, it's difficult to navigate.
Can you imagine how difficult it is for me?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
here I am.
I completely see your stuff.
Because
strewn about.
yeah, that's the new property management people, and my roommates trying to get their stuff out, and then like they give us 30 minutes, and that's so highly illegal. It's unbelievable. I know that's civil, but in the meantime, am I allowed to be on this property right now?
So right now, I personally do not know the state of this property. I can tell you that per our dispatch, neither of you are formally banned on paper. That is in our system as being reported as banned.
And also, I should let you know.
That, I don't know anything other than that.
Based on my own information from the sheriff's department, there hasn't been anything filed because there's no just cause for eviction. So, because this is a foreclosure, it's not like a bad act on our part or rent. It's a foreclosure is the problem, and so that provides us extra rights as tenants in the foreclosure to prevent this from happening. And so that's why I'm so worked up about this.
Yeah, I mean, and as you should be. Again, if your rights are being violated, you should be upset.
Well, I thank you guys for not including yourself in the violation of those.
So, again, right? I'm not like just because I'm a cop doesn't mean I'm just I'm a.
You just fit the description of the other guys, you know.
Right? I'm a human too. Man.
I hear you.
I get it.
So I hope you understand. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So, but we're on the phone with a supervisor right now. We're just kind of.
Hopefully, it's the one that was here the day. The guy he's got a tattoo on his arm right here, like really cool, like an American flag or something.
Yeah, it wouldn't be because.
That's all. I don't know his name.
Whoever you had dealt with would have been a day shift supervisor.
Yeah, it was LaDove was here. Actually, the officer LaDove was here both days. He was here the day that the guy said this don't.
But he's on the phone right now with our supervisor. So again, I mean, if there's something we can do to try to help you out, whether it's get your property or whatever.
So you got a card. You got a card on you, so I can keep track of who I talk to. Because it's a 1983. Because when I talk to people on a civil end of things, they're always saying, who'd you talk to? Who's there? What's going on? Do you have a card on you too, bud? I appreciate that. Thank you for that.
We don't believe anyone to be inside.
3 months ago.
We did check the front and the back door, which cannot be open.
Yeah, they were secured.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Which I would prefer right at this moment. So I'd like to have my stuff, but I don't want anybody else to have it.
Yeah. So we did try to see if we could gain access to make sure that there was nobody squatting or anything in there, but we weren't able to open it.
You'd probably hear it.
Yeah, so we've been kind of keeping an eye on what goes on. We ran a couple of people off and had chased down their laptop. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad. But this is, this kind of thing will contribute to a percentage of people in the homeless. Luckily, not us, but hopefully not. But, when you see people walking around, sometimes things like this contribute to that. And when we turn a blind eye to that, and we let people's rights get violated, even by city officials, that's a type of good faith corruption that is a big deal for the FBI. Did you know that?
Well,
They said the number one thing that faces.
So, and again, here's the thing, Brian. If you feel your rights have been violated in whatever capacity, I encourage you. File a complaint, whether it's with the Better Business Bureau, number 5-star, whatever it may be.
And so I'm just trying to not do it wrong. And it's hard to do that when you feel like you're being wrong. So we have one of our roommates that is coming back into town from visiting his family to this and has no idea. Wasn't served with nothing, doesn't know, comes home to see. I mean, can you imagine how he feels? I mean, I was at least here for it.
I'd be excited if that was me.
9 a.m. Officer, city, Carbondale, code enforcement, city attorney. This whole lot was filled up with people just ready to do.
So, what do you mean by it's in the court system?
What do you mean in the court system?
The house. What's going on with the house?
Okay, so what I'm saying is, it's over the weekend. So this happened on a weekend. So the court, there's nothing you can do with the court until Tuesday because of the holiday weekend, right?
I got you.
And
so you're renting it from Star Realty?
No. So this is a home rentals property, okay? Yeah. And so they foreclosed on the property, and the bank takes possession of the property back because they're not paying any of their bills, right? So the bank's not a landlord, and there's still tenants in the property. So they take those properties and they have I think it's called an adjudication where they have.
Sold for how long and nobody knew, and he was still paying home rentals, and it wasn't even.
Yeah, we were paying rent to home rentals, and they didn't even own it, and we didn't know. So it was kind of a weird thing. Well, anyways, they have 5 Star Realty act as an intermediary, where they're going to be collecting rent from the tenants.
So 5 Star Realty owns it right now?
No.
They went over to the bank, and the bank owns it
No,
now.
the bank takes it back into foreclosure, and so then they say to 5 Star Realty, since you're familiar with this type of thing, we'll use to collect the rent from the tenants, and then take care of the maintenance and do all this, and then the bank still owns it now. So 5 Star doesn't own it, but they're representatives of the bank that's working in the middle. It's kind of a convolution to understand, especially as a tenant. And so there's special protections for tenants in that exact situation. And so when I find that, 5 Star Realty comes into the house, and I find him in the house. I'm like, hey, get the hell out of my house. And then that was when the cops were there that day, telling Derek's nephew, hey, you can't do this. You don't live here. Get out of here. There's tenant protections there. And then I called the department when the 5 Star Realty people came here.
The bank letting you stay here?
The bank doesn't have a choice. We're tenants. So if they don't want me here, they have to file an eviction case. Okay. So it's going to be the sheriff's department that does that. And so there's been nothing filed at the sheriff's department.
They haven't found anything that shows.
John Lenzini said, Brian, don't give me a reason.
It's not going to happen. There's nobody in the county is going to be out there.
I called the county.
That's going to be on the civil process over to do it.
Well, so I spoke to an attorney when this was happening, like a huge violation. So it can't be allowed to happen. In fact, city police officers being involved in a civil litigation with landlord-tenant is specifically excluded in the ILCS. Like, you guys should have no tenant, not that it's your fault I'm saying, but you guys should never have landlord-tenant issues. It's always defaults to the county. Because you guys don't know if there's been summons issued. You guys don't know about eviction cases. You don't have access to those things the county does. That's why they completely eliminate you guys from that. And so I tried to explain that to LaDove and to... Okay, I went to explain that to LaDove, and he said the same thing. Like, I'm here to keep the peace. And he said, are you going to be peaceful? And I said, absolutely. And then he said, your supervisor said, well, Brian, now that you know what the process is, you can prepare yourself for that. Because in the event that they go through that eviction, you're going to have to leave. And then the next day they came and did it without the sheriff. And so, anyhow, so I said my piece. So.
I mean, everything you're saying to me, I mean, it tracks, right? And I've been a deputy before, in Williams County, so I understand the differences, that a sheriff's office
has over city
versus a municipal department. There's very drastic differences in certain things that they do. One of which is a lot of the civil process with eviction stuff that you're right about. But again, like I said, I don't firsthand. I don't have any knowledge of the situation. The only thing I can find out right now is, again, what a dispatch had said, that they can, from the records they're able to find, they haven't found anything specifically showing that you've been served within.
Well, so my neighbor told me that an officer came by and said, if you see somebody there, call us, because we're arresting them for trespassing. And trespassing at my own house is like, but I'm trying to keep the peace here, so I can do something else until we get figured out with the court. But it's really not fair,
I mean, yeah, I understand. I think right now we're just trying to, figure out what the situation is. Right, ultimately, it is a little difficult for us to figure it out. Right,
it's a 3-day weekend too,
Yeah, exactly. But it makes it difficult whenever this is typically something that a civil process service from the sheriff's office.
4 times I attempted. 4 times I attempted to get the sheriff out here. And they said, so you said Carbondale police is there, right? And I said, yes. They said, okay, well, if the Carbondale police are there, you don't need us there. And I said, well, this is a landlord-tenant issue. And they said, well, if they're on the scene, then that's what it is. So they won't show up if you're on the scene. You know what I mean? State police said the same.
They're contacting the county. They're going to see what they have on file.
Okay.
See if we can get you served.
Good. With?
Eviction notice.
Okay. That'd be really surprising, considering that there's no cause. And it hasn't been filed yet. So.
Yeah, we're just getting in contact with them right now.
Thank you for doing that. That actually is good information for me to have also, so I can kind of understand what's going on, because if they were to serve me with an eviction notice right now, then that would be in violation of the law, because they have to give a 90-day period from the time that the transfer happens from the bank, or from the original mortgagee into the bank. There's a period of time that's allotted because it's a foreclosure that protects the tenant rights. So if they have something on file that they're serving me with an eviction, then I would definitely be interested in knowing about that. So are you talking about like a forcible entry detainer?
How long have you been staying in there?
Year and a half. Yep.
You just locked up like a couple weeks ago?
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
So you've been staying here every year now?
Yeah. I was locked up a couple weeks ago for a day. You know, they took me in, they released me, pre-trial. Yeah, so, and then that was, you know, how long ago was that? A week ago, maybe? It just happened. They had me, you know my situation, right? Okay, so what happened is they picked me up and they released me. So that's it. I mean, obviously I got court, you know, but. And so kind of makes me wonder what that has to do with this situation. You know what I mean? There's no accusation level, but I'm saying like it's kind of suspicious that now all of a sudden I'm getting all this trouble right after that, you know. And I'm innocent until proven guilty, right? That's true, right?
This is not just against you. We've had other people be on this property. We don't know what's going on with the property at the moment. We're still trying to figure out more information on that.
Okay.
But what draws our attention to the property is the signs, which if you do live here, you obviously do have freedom of speech as long as there's no vulgar things on the sign. We just put the signs down for now to not draw attention to the whole thing going on.
Well, if I see any signs in your yard, I'm putting them down.
Hey, we're putting them down for now. We'll put them back up. But if you live here, you have the right, but we're still trying to figure out more information.
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of help. So I've been ticketed here a year ago for an open fire in the backyard. It wasn't within the specs that I found out by lighting it. So they wrote me a ticket there. There was a welfare check done for somebody else that wasn't even at the house. The officer woke me up in bed. So let's see. There's been a couple of instances I've had with you guys in which you've responded here to deal with me. So maybe that gives you a little background that I live here, you know. So that might help. I mean, that the lawyer says that'll help establish the fact that I'm a tenant, besides the fact that I got a lease with the guy and that I pay rent with receipts, all of which I told him, you know. But, you know, if your name's Brian Adams, that don't count, you know.
Okay, I'll tell you this, Brian, if you haven't already, it sounds like whatever the situation may be, probably hiring an attorney that deals with civil.
Oh, with civil?
Right?
Yeah, so
that's what I would do.
Oh yeah, I don't have a choice. And so, but here's the thing: like if I get hurt and I break my leg and I want to sue you because it's on your property, then the attorney will take my case on and say any judgment that you get, I get 30% of it, right? Well, in this kind of situation, that's not how it works. The attorney says, "Oh, I'll take your case on. I need $5,000." So you got to pay that. Yeah, so that's difficult to do for somebody that's in a situation like this, as you can imagine. You know, and so
that's you know, unfortunately. Kind of the unfortunate thing was, especially civil cases, right? An attorney would have to take you on pro bono until all the litigation is said and done.
Here's another thing: Land of Lincoln Legal is my option, right? So when you ask Land of Lincoln Legal for assistance, they get back to you in about 30 days to help you out. Well, all of this is going to be resolved in 30 days, so that's not really going to help me in that. Yeah, they're going to tear it down. That's the whole point: is to tear this place down. Before anybody's able to do anything, and then it's like crying over spilled milk, you know what I mean? And so just like they did that place up by IV, same thing.
Okay,
you know?
I know I'm not supposed to go in the yard, but I'm gonna get my sweater, okay? Out of the backyard or something.
Talk to him.
Well, I'm not gonna rush you for anything. If you want to get a sweater, you tell me that. I'm not.
They boarded up all the
Well, they
building.
can board it up if they
Every
want.
single
Jackson
window
County-
now has
Don't involve yourself, Molly.
all of the boarding tore off of it.
Okay,
I'm not
so-
trying to make this a big
So who
deal.
boarded it up? Well,
I don't know who boarded it up.
Well, then what's it matter if I remove the boarding?
I'm
if you
trying
don't
to
know
make
who boarded
sure
it
that
up?
you're not breaking into the previous house that you lived at.
Call Jackson County Court. See if I've been evicted, or maybe ask your department if there's a trespass for me, or if anything like that, because none of that exists. And so the reason why I'm in civil court right now with them is because they came and tried to board me up without going through all of that. Okay, so since they didn't do that, then they can't just do it. You can't just show up and say, hey, we're just going to tear down the house, so we need you to get out. You don't do that. You file an eviction case in the county court, okay, and then that doesn't involve city police
Have
at
you
all.
gone through that process?
No, not at all. Not at all. That's why
Where's your status on that?
Well, they haven't filed against me. And so because of what they've done, I filed a civil case against them, and I'm suing them for an illegal attempted eviction and punitive damages. So that's where I'm at right now. So what they've done is illegal. And so they did that with under the color of law with the city police. I don't know if you guys know about that. There was a city cop, LaDove, was here and witnessed that happening.
Yeah,
which
that's
is why
day shift, and we're completely different shifts. So.
Yeah, so LaDove was here and he witnessed that happen, and he obviously knew because of the day before when you guys were here that that's not how the law works, and so he actually stood by and watched that happen. So since there was no court order and there was no legal justification for anything, I mean, they can come over and paint something on my yard, I'll paint over it if I don't like it. You know what I mean?
So you're still
the resident.
legally
Yes.
living here?
Yes. Until John Lenzini comes out and writes me a code enforcement violation and gives me a time to leave, which he won't do because he's being sued by me right now, or until they file an eviction case against me, or until there's a forcible detainer that goes on, until they somehow trespass me. Other than that, I'm going to be here because this is where I live, and it shouldn't have ever gotten to this point. You know, when the city police involve themselves with a landlord-tenant issue, that goes well beyond what the scope of you guys' job, because no offense or anything, but that's a sheriff issue. You know, you guys don't know about court orders that go on at Jackson County Courthouse. You guys don't know about writs and about orders of possession. I mean, obviously you know about them, but not in the county thing. And so for them to involve the city in their little charade of trying to illegally evict me, it's a little extensive, you know.
Yeah, you telling us that, but I'm not trying to be a dick, man.
So where did you hear I was evicted?
Like I said, we just got told, we had a call here one day that somebody around here heard somebody rustling around in the back. I was the one that came out here.
Yeah, that's
and
the neighbor that
seen
called.
all of this. And I was like, okay, well, what's the status on this house? And that's why I asked, like, on signs and all that shit. That's why I asked that.
Did you see what the sign said?
I didn't get a chance to even look at it.
John Lenzini and the city attorney illegally attempted to evict me from my house without the help of the Jackson County attorney or my rights to due process. And John didn't like that. That's why I got him on video out here cutting up the sign in the yard and throwing it in his truck and stealing it from me. And so, you know, if I wanted to be a dick, I could say, hey, that's theft. And I got the video of him pulling in my yard with his truck and stealing. See, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to get only what's due to me, which is my right to peaceful enjoyment as a tenant. And this house was foreclosed on by home rentals because they weren't paying their bills. And then it was taken over by the bank who owned it initially. Well, then they hired this little property management company because they're not landlords. So that property management company is going to take care of the tenants in there. So what they did is come out and say, hey, well, you guys can't be here anymore. We're going to screw it shut. And they started screwing the thing. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not how it works. And so that's why they're being sued in court right now.
Gotcha. But like I said, I'm not trying to be an ass. But like I said, I seen the smoke. I checked it out. Y'all were being cordial. I didn't know all that extra stuff.
No,
you guys have a great rest of your night.
I've had a little trouble with you guys. I didn't mean to be a dickhead to you.
You're good. Okay. Have a good one, Brian.
Cool, man. See you later.
See ya.
So on the day that Brian and Casey came back with the city, we were here still. Our stuff's inside. We couldn't get our pets out in time. So they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, a dozen, 12 in this one. It's about the same in this one. About the same in this one. So we're looking at almost 40 screws just in these 3 windows. So far, I counted that Brian, that day that he had us leave, looks like about 240 screws he used in our home to prevent us access. 240 screws, 3 of which broke this front window as he drilled them in. As he went in with them, you can see where he went in, ended up catching the glass with that. He wasn't paying attention, or he doesn't know how to use a screw gun, or he didn't know how low the glass was, probably the latter. And a fallen tree in the front yard. I guess that I'll have to do something with the city will write me up. $240, $250 3-inch torque bit deck screws. They have a special bit that takes them out, this one, to prevent us from accessing our pet. are clean clothes. They disconnected the water. The city and the city attorney, along with Brian and Casey, put something on the water to where it can't be turned on. It disconnected the power. When Brian was in here doing all of this home injury prevention, he also pulled the main fuse box in the house and pulled those fuses out. Well, so I found new fuses, put them in. We restored access to our power for lights, heat, air conditioning, and then he came back with an officer of the law of Carbondale, re-entered the house, pulled those, and this time he took the little junction. So still no power. We're on day 11. I've been looking for one of those, can't find it. Even though the power is legally able to be turned on, it just stops at the fuse box and it doesn't go past it because I don't have that piece that he stole. I don't know if you know what it feels like to be bullied. This is what it looks like. This is the scene of John Lenzini's theft of my sign, violation of my First Amendment right, freedom of speech. Right here is where I was standing when I caught him with that knife pulled out. So cutting up my property. So that was right here, and then the tree fell. What's the matter? You don't like signs?
You ain't got no sign permit.
Sign permit?
Yeah.
I think the First Amendment guarantees my protection there. It's not in the public, it's private property.
You don't have a sign permit?
So you're working on your day off? I think you're on personal time, aren't you? I don't think.
What's going on, man?
Oh, I was just asking John if he's clocked in, that's all.
Really? You got a problem with him at all?
Well, do you?
No, that's my brother.
Oh, guess what? He's in my yard tearing my sign down. I got a First Amendment right.
Really?
So
You need to clean your motherfucking yard up.
I didn't make the mess, he did.
Hey, you better step on.
Get back in your vehicle and move on.
You were escorted off this property on Friday.
Yeah, I talked to the cops yesterday. They're aware, John. So go back to work. Or come back when you're clocked in, bud. You gonna be on here on your day off on a holiday in my yard, violating my First Amendment right?
You for putting my name on there.
Well, guess what? What'd you put my name on? 15,000 environmental notices.
Come on, Terry, don't worry about it.
I got a whole roll of that vinyl.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about me. Hey, John, that's theft, buddy.
Huh?
That's theft. You stole my vinyl out of my yard. You got a
Just who? This guy just went back. I don't even know where the Hey. Hey. Fix this problem.
Did he walk out the back or did he go in the back room? Hey! Come on, this way. Drop your shit and come here. No. Hey, come here.
We're talking to you, come here.
Hey, Ryan's not out here, and you're not free. You are not free to fucking leave.
Don't touch me! I'm not trying to leave, you fucking
You're not free to leave.
You fucking assaulting me, dude? I'm not trying to run.
You're not free to leave.
I'm trying to get my boyfriend. He's sitting right over
Okay,
there.
sit down.
Crazy person.
You're not free to leave.
Anthony, get the camera.
The camera's on right here.
Okay, I don't know. We'll get that like we got all the other ones.
Molly, what's your middle initial?
M.
What?
M.
What's your last name?
Esther. You guys were just here earlier today.
H-E-S-T-E-R?
Yes.
Now, what's your date of birth?
129.91.
Where'd Brian take off to?
He should have been down there at Little Caesars.
See him at
No, it's not. It's right down there. Literally, that's what I was doing. Yeah, at Little Caesars.
Carbondale 403. Got two names. Last of Hastings. H-A-S-T-I-N-G-S. First of Hunter.
No, stay right there.
Middle is H. Henry.
Brian!
11/5/2000. 11/5/2000.
He just fucking left with his kid's mom, dude. I'm gonna fucking live it.
Just chill a minute, okay?
Anthony, make sure you got the camera, the security one, the circle.
You want me to go check on
You guys should have been checking on them because they probably ran out the back. They're the runners, not me. I'm literally like picking up the trash.
Go ahead.
Brian!
You guys aren't supposed to be here.
First is Anthony. Comments about
Red t-shirt.
22291 now. Yeah, bro.
Ryan? Alright, come over here now.
He literally just like assaulted me.
What happened?
I tried to walk up here to get you and he fucking snapped this fucking steroid pumping fucking dumbass, like
Look, I
grabs
got
me up by the arms and shit.
you guys right now.
We don't care, Brian.
From mandamus.
We don't care.
With the Jackson County court system about about this being a landlord-tenant issue. You guys know about this? You know about this?
Yeah, they're inside the house.
Okay.
Nobody's supposed to be here.
Who said that?
Nobody's supposed to be inside there.
Well, so we live here. So until the Jackson County court system gives us an eviction notice, then we haven't vacated. They're aware of that also.
Just hold it for now. I got another name.
No trespass. No eviction. None of that.
Last of Hester. Hester. First of Molly. Mollie. Middle's M. Mary 1 2991.
So the state law, I can sort it. So the state law says that nobody can be removed from the.
Done.
46 Anthony Hampton, revoke foot 6 door.
I'm just letting you finish up the radio so I can talk to you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the state law says that nobody can be removed from their dwelling place unless by the county sheriff through an eviction or the court system. And so what's happened here is we've lived here for 2 years. We're not behind on any rent, none of that, and they don't want us here anymore. So it's a self-help eviction for them to try to use the city police to remove a lawful tenant. So that's something that goes through the court system and through Jackson County. Now, we've had your supervisor out here who clearly explained that. And so I know that they don't want us here, but there's an order that you go through, which is the Jackson County court system. So I just hit send just a second ago on a mandamus to the Jackson County court system. I already have one lawsuit filed against them that is a temporary restraining order to prevent them from doing this anymore. And so if they want to file an eviction case against us, I'm happy to accept service of that. We can go to court and I can be evicted from that way.
Well, I know the city's been out here. What has the city said?
The city has been out here the very first time we were out here. And I think what they're going to do now is try to issue me code violations in order to make it not fit for habitation, which is fine. They're welcome to do that. But to have city police officers take the place of the Jackson County court system when we're bona fide tenants is just kind of astounding to me. So I've been issued no trespass here or anything because I live here. I've never been evicted from court here, and I've been here for 2 years.
So who was on the original lease?
Derek Koontz. His address does not have that here.
You're saying you're not even on the lease here.
Okay, so that's a civil issue with Jackson County Court. I've been a tenant for 30 days, plus I pay rent. That makes me a bona fide tenant, whether I have a lease with the landlord who doesn't even own this property anymore anyway. It's a foreclosure that goes to these guys to be managed. So the lease wouldn't have been with them anyway. Nobody had a lease with them. They just took over with the bank when there was a mortgage foreclosure. You understand what I mean? So our lease was with a previous landlord that has nothing to do with them. They're really recent. It was home rentals. And so if you guys would like, call Jackson County. They're perfectly aware of all of this. They're trying to circumvent my due process by getting the city cops involved in this. So call Jackson County, and they'll help you figure that out if you guys are unaware of how that works or if you've never dealt with it before. Because I have. And that's why I'm doing it the right way this time instead of the wrong way. Which is, I'm just maintaining my rights under the court system the way that I was described to do that. and that's what's prescribed by law. So
Stand by with him just a minute.
If he's supposedly on an ankle monitor
Oh,
right
yeah.
now, I want to know what address he was supposed to leave.
Yeah.
We're having this discussion. It's not at the beginning or at the end. It's right in the middle of it.
So I see that it's been boarded up, which is consistent with the condemnation.
Well, that was not done by the city of Carbondale.
Well, nobody else condemns other than the city of Carbondale.
Actually, see right there. They came and did it the first time I met them. So they came and put boards up on the windows. Only the county can do that after there's an order for possession. If I came to your house and I boarded up your house with screws and boards, you'd be pretty pissed off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd request a charge for damage to property at minimum.
Oh, yeah.
Trespass to real property.
I didn't do any criminal. I'm doing all civil. And that's what I'm suing them for right now. Right now, they're being sued for that. And so, you can't do that without possession. So the court has to order by the judge possession of a property. Once you're in possession, if they haven't lived yet, you get the sheriff to remove them. Condemnation, eviction, safety concerns, it makes no difference. Nobody, and this is the ILCS, nobody can be removed from the property in which they're in possession of without a court order from the county sheriff, period. That's just the rules. And so doing that with the city trespass.
You have a good chance to make some case law.
Well, no, it's not case law.
I'm not going to interrupt you or stop you. I'm going to check two things.
Okay.
And we'll resume this conversation. Okay? Just give me a second.
Thank you for your help today.
Did you talk to John Lenzini?
I did.
I know he was on the.
I did.
What
he said was that they were told that they were moved out like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He said they boarded it up because it didn't have utilities to it.
Yep. BNS boarded it up. Did it sound like? Okay.
I'm guessing.
Okay.
So he said that he talked to the city attorney, and the city attorney was all in the clear with it as far as them not being able to reside here, is what he said.
Okay.
So
yeah, we'll go with that. So I explained to them that we're going to go ahead with the city arrest. Obviously, that has limitations in terms of effectiveness. We'll elevate it to misdemeanor if we have to, if we come back. That's what we're going to leave it.
yeah, I mean that's from me talking to John. That's what I gathered from what he said, because I don't know if he told you the same thing, that they had talked to the city attorney about everything and that nobody was supposed to be residing here.
Right. Yep.
And they left with no problem originally the first day.
Right.
They left with no problem, and then they just, as soon as night falls, they come back.
Yeah.
Everything overnight.
And like he said, they probably will come back again.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So
What's his, does he have an address for pre-trial release?
he said it's here.
That's what he said.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't come back whenever we run them. It doesn't come back on there. What is? They would have that over there, but we would think it'd be attached to his name. But so yeah, that's what I tried explaining to him. But he was adamant. He wanted you.
Yeah, that's fine. Is there all kinds of property in there belonging to them? You guys know?
We were here when we said, "Hey, you got this amount of time to get what you need."
Yep.
Well, I'm sure they bring it back.
And when is this referring to the previous Labor Day weekend? Okay, so yeah, you have X amount of time to get it out. Okay.
We even gave an hour and a half more than it was.
And they left with no problem.
Yeah, well, the courthouse is down there. The courthouse is not right here, so we're going to go ahead and go with what you're going to do. Hi, Mr. Adams. I appreciate the conversation. Right now, you guys are under arrest for city trespassing at this point. That's going to go ahead and continue. You guys are trespass from this property. Apparently over Labor Day weekend, you were given the option to clear out any sort of belongings, personal belongings.
So this guy said,
That's okay, but you recall that.
So what happened was, they said, if you want your belongings, clear them out. And I said, I will wait to do this legally, which is through the judicial system, and I will file myself.
Right.
And so they can say whatever they want until they file something. That's the only thing that matters. I can come and say, you can't be back on this property again, but that doesn't mean that it's legal.
Right.
It just means that that's what I said, the same way that that's what he said.
Yep.
And that's going to be. You let them into this property right now?
Yeah, it's so you guys are trespassed from it. They have taken ownership of it.
Since when? With the county?
Yeah.
Or with you?
So here's where I'm going to leave it very respectfully, man to man with you.
Yeah.
The courthouse is in Jackson County, Illinois.
Yep.
It's not right here at 201 South Oakland.
Right.
So any sort of judicial arguments are going to take place there. Okay?
That's what we're having.
And I say that completely with respect.
Okay.
With your background and your research, I certainly appreciate that, respect that. But right now, we have the blessing of the city attorney to go ahead with this process.
Okay. So when you're being asked to recount this later on, and the judge is wondering why you continued with the violation of my rights.
Yes, sir.
You'll stand by what you're doing right now.
Yes, sir. And I will say, you know what? You don't even have to hear it from the horse's mouth. You can hear it from Mr. Body-worn camera right here, which is a great and beautiful thing. It's a great development.
So what exactly is different between the last question? What's different between this interaction that we're having today and the 4 prior, where this was a civil issue?
I'm here.